Namaste and welcome to this video where we understand Buddha's liberating insight that life is suffering. What did the Buddha mean when he said life is suffering? Many people misunderstand this to mean life is miserable or hopeless. But the Buddha wasn't being pessimistic, he was being precise. In the first Noble Truth, the Buddha pointed out to the reality that dukkha, often translated as suffering or unsatisfactoriness, is woven into the very fabric of our existence. He described that five clinging aggregates form, sensation, perception, mental formations, and consciousness are dukkha. These five aggregates are the very basis of our lived experience. So it's not the things we experience that are inherently painful, but our experience of them, when filtered through clinging, becomes a source of suffering. Now, dukkha doesn't just mean obvious pain or sadness. In the context of the three marks of existence, dukkha also refers to non-pleasurableness, a subtle sense of dissatisfaction that underlies all things. Why? Because everything we experience is impermanent. That delicious meal, that beautiful sunset, that intense love, it all passes. And because it passes, it cannot bring us lasting satisfaction. This is the second kind of dukkha, the suffering caused by impermanence of everything. Even the things that feel good leave behind a trace of emptiness once they are gone. Then there's dukkha born of craving, the grasping, the wanting, the clinging to what we like and the resistance to what we don't. We want the good moments to stay and the bad ones to go. But life doesn't work like that. The more we crave, the more entangled we become in the cycle of suffering. The third type of dukkha arises through sense contact, our ongoing collision with the world through sights, sounds, smells, tastes, and touch. Every moment of contact creates a reaction, pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. And with that reaction, a new craving or aversion is born. Even the most ecstatic sexual experience, no matter how intense or fulfilling in the moment, is ultimately marked by dukkha because it too is impermanent. The pleasure fades, and with its fading comes either craving for its return or subtle emptiness in its absence. In the same way, even if one were to become a billionaire, the initial euphoria is fleeting. The mind, conditioned by habit, soon returns to its old patterns of dissatisfaction, seeking the next high, the next distraction. This cycle of momentary fulfillment, followed by restlessness, is the very engine of suffering. The quiet agony of never quite arriving, never quite being complete. Eckhart Tolle speaks powerfully about this. He says, suffering has a noble purpose, and that is the evolution of consciousness. In other words, suffering is not a punishment, it's a wake-up call. It's there to alert us that we are asleep, lost in identification with the mind, with ego, with the form. Tolle also reminds us that we stop resisting suffering when we look in the eye and bring presence to it. It can be transformed. Suffering can become a doorway to awakening. That's the spiritual alchemy the Buddha hinted at. That by understanding suffering, by seeing it clearly, we don't just escape it, we transcend it. Even the pleasures we chase are tinged with dukkha. Because the moment we enjoy something, we immediately feel losing it. Or we want more. A beautiful moment becomes a burden when we are desperate to hold on to it. In this way, even joy can carry the seeds of suffering. But here's the liberating insight. When we see the impermanence of all things and the unsatisfactory nature of clinging, we start to loosen our grip. We begin to experience life not through craving or aversion, but through awareness. So yes, life as we normally experience it is suffering. But that's not where the Buddha stopped. He He also gave us the path out, and that path begins with understanding deeply and honestly why we suffer. Only by fully facing that truth can we awaken to life beyond suffering. As Tolle says, don't turn away from suffering. Face it, feel it, then let it go. If you like this video, hit the like button and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.